speak. And again, she can't find videos that she can't find enough videos of ASMR of people she enjoys listening to. So that's why I do this, to help her. Sorry about that. To help her sleep. So I'm going to either try to play a game or just converse. So to reiterate, this ASMR of talking and playing the game, and I do this again for my girlfriend who wants to hear different ASMRs and enjoys listening to my voice. So that's why I do it. So today I may or may not be playing a game. I haven't really picked out a solid one due to the fact that I tend to have issues when playing. So, so let's talk about today. Well, actually, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday was well, the day before yesterday. I apologize. The day before yesterday, it was a very hot day. It was so hot that I believe it was 115 degrees. It was pretty brutal. Me, my girlfriend, my daughter were dying of the heat, and it was pretty crazy because I actually had to pull off of the freeway and get to a store, and we decided to actually like buy a few drinks and some food there, and we decided to eat there to cool off and drink some I had horchata, my girlfriend had Jamaica, and my daughter had sandia, and it was delicious. I want to get more horchata now. But yeah, it was a very hot day, so driving back and getting to the house, I was so tired. My body was giving up. I was ready to hit the bed and put my head on that nice pillow and just relax my body, and all my body, just my fingers, my legs just wanted to give out. I wanted to get into that nice comfy bed. It's nice and cool, comfortable. Just rest my head on that pillow that was just nice and soft and warm, and then put my sheet over my body. Just relax and go into nice, deep sleep. 'Cause I was tired. The heat was so much for me. It was so tiring that day. And I bet anybody has felt that, where your body is just starting to just give out, doesn't want to do anymore. Your mind is blank. fishing game. And the game starts with Dredge. It is a fishing game. It's a scary fishing game, but a scary, a fishing game nonetheless. So, we're gonna make sure, gotta make sure to keep this on the quiet side, so that way there's no interruption. And you're gonna hear the nice calming waves of the sea. You're gonna hear the rustling of trees just moving and rustling back and forth, back and forth. It's a nice, calm, peaceful day. You're by the ocean, having a nice, relaxful day, looking at the sun begin to set. There are no storm clouds anywhere. There's no big waves, just the ocean going back and forth. And the wind going past your ears. Nice, refreshing air. And you're just sitting, watching the sun. And you close your eyes to that view. The nice blue ocean, the sun setting, the trees rustling. And the waves. So let's start the game. We're on a boat for a job listing of an angler wanted. We start going to the ocean in our little boat, enjoying our trip until we become shipwrecked on an island with a lighthouse. Where is this lighthouse? Where are we? What happened? We think to ourselves, and the morning light fills your eyes, and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet dock where you collapsed the night before. A short man is shouting orders at a handful of workers disembarking from a boat nearby. The man notices you. Welcome to Great Morrow. Or should I say Marrow? Your choice of words. I must say, quite the dramatic first impression, if I do say so myself. I see you've already introduced yourself to the jagged rock Your boat was hopelessly damaged, I'm afraid, but I've had a few of the locals move your things to one of our old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details, but at least you're not just living on the beach. It'd be bad for business if I do say so myself, cause I mean, I am mayor. Sorry, I do these bad jokes. I'll let you get out there to catch some fish, because we are hiring you as our fisherman. See if you can fill your cargo where you get your bearings and the line. Get it? Cause lighthouse? No, sorry. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. I need to reiterate this, please, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. It is very, very important, and keep a close eye on the time. It can really creep up to you when you're having fun. We start our day by undocking from the Great Mirror. We look at our boat and see it's an old rigger, not too big, only to fit a few crabs and little fishes, but nothing to haul anything big like sharks or bait or swordfish. So we take our first drive forward to the sea. We start to look out in the scenery, and we realize that the town that we had that saved us is in a little island that looks like a crescent moon. Sorry for the accent. So we see that the island is a crescent moon, and the town is right in the dead center of it. And we undock from that bay and move forward to the opening of that crescent moon to begin our day of fishing. And the day is Monday, day 1, 6:23, and the farther we go out, the later the day becomes. We see a little rustling in the water and see that it could be a nice place to start fishing. So we throw our fishing line down and start to fish. And it's a success. We catch a blue mackerel, and we only have a few places in our storage to put it. We gotta make sure we place everything nice and correctly, like a game of Tetris. Otherwise, we could be losing fish, and we could be wasting food, and we don't want that. So we try fishing again in the disturbed water. The stock in the disturbed water is medium, so we're catching some medium fish, and they are coastal because they are close to the shore. So we're pulling it up. We caught another one. That's another blue mackerel. Thank goodness, because we thought we were gonna go starve. We have to make sure to catch these, because that's how we're going to pay for our expenses. We are their fishermen. No sense of catching nothing and returning one nothing. All of a sudden, we see a light coming off of the buoy. A little is a flowing buoy. It serves to mark safe passage past dangerous rocks and obscure hazards. Its dim light also provides a brief respite in the gloom of the night. So our buoys help light the way to find our way back home. And off we go, farther into the deep water. Now, we found another. We find another spot where we can fish, but unfortunately, we don't have the necessary equipment to fish here. Yeah, better next time. I wish I had my boat. It'd be some easy pickings here. We decide to take off and find another fishing spot. So off we go. And success. We have found a fishing spot a little farther out from the island, but still within the coast of the water. So we get our pole, fishing pole. We put our bait and we start to fish. We fish in the disturbed water. The stock is medium. It is coastal, like we had said, because we're still on the coast. Then we start the fishing. Goodness gracious, we had caught a cod. There's only so little more that we can fish here, and we'll end up depleting the amount of fish in this spot, so we decide to fish again. More money for bigger fish. I think we shall do this. You fish again, and it's a success. You get another cod. Not like the video game. Oh, and we finally depleted, catching one more cod along the way. Now, we just filled two encyclopedias of fish that we have caught. We look at what they are worth and where they're found. The blue mackerel we have caught is a coastal. We've caught 3 so far. Unfortunately, they're practically worthless, but enough to stay above hunger. And the second one we got is a cod. We have caught 3 again, and it is a coastal fish. It's plentiful and basic. Unfortunately, it's just like our ship, basic. It's gonna get us through the day, but we gotta start saving up for some better gear for our ship. Now, our task, our core pursuit, is a fresh start. We met the mayor of Greater Marrow, who sent me out to catch some fish and find my bearings. Seems nice enough. Warned me to be back before nightfall, though said something about fog. He sounds a bit dramatic, but at the same time, it has me a little worried. Why license plate, my man. The task that he gave me was for me to catch as many fish as I can, then head back to Great Marrow. The task he was given is the only task he'll do for the day. And it is still Monday, the day 1, and it is 11:56, almost 12. That means from 6 to 12. Almost 12 hours have gone for fishing. So we head to another spot. Unfortunately, we can't fish here because we don't have the fishing equipment again. So we try fishing at another spot, and it is deeper. We can't see the bottom of the ocean anymore. We can only see a little bit of rocks. But off in the far distance, I could see something that looks like a shark. Could it be a shark? Nah. It's too close. It's too close to be a shark. Let's fish our line. We say to ourselves, better start fishing. So we start fishing, and the stock is high in this disturbed water. We start, and whoop-de-doo, we hook a blue mackerel. We hook another one. We decide, let's get away from this. But what is that we spot in the distance? Is that a bottle with a letter in it? So we decide to head straight towards it, though it is near rocks and a little further out to sea. Our curiosity gets the best of us. We get closer and closer and inch towards the bottle of light. Enough to reach it and pick it out of the water. We collect the bottle. It is dated 20th August 1927. The message in the bottle reads, Morning of the second day of the honeymoon and our first day proper. Today we're sailing around the islands and inlets at the back of Greater Marrow. I love the rocks here. The layers and colors are so striking. Furthermore, the fishing is relatively poor in these shallows, so I know he will keep his hands on the wheel instead of the rods. He renamed the boat last night. Truly, he did a fancy renaming ceremony and everything. I think he took that more seriously than the wedding. Supposedly, it's very important to perform it correctly, lest you want ill fortune to follow the vessel. Can't believe him. He wanted to throw away everything with the old name on it, but I kept the keychain. Ocean Riches was a good name. I think he has prepared a surprise picnic lunch. I can see the basket half hidden, stuffed under a blanket at the front of the cabin. I love it when he tries to be romantic. And that is the end of the letter we read. Again, dated 20th August 1927. What happened to them? Where did they go? Was the keychain that she kept Ocean Riches ill fortune? What's more is, can we find that vessel around here? It did state it is in the back of Greater Marrows. Maybe another time though. It is 14:36 and it is about to get dark. I wonder if I should take that mayor's words to heart. Well, off to the side of that bottle, I could see some. What does that look like? Wood. It looks like something's like washed off the shore. Something's broken. Maybe something has come off a ship. Maybe it could be from that letter, the boat, from that Julie boat. So we go and take a look. Let's go take a look. Oh, we can't. Unfortunately, we don't have equipment. We need a dredge to pull up whatever is in there. Could be treasure. Could be another fishing rod. But unfortunately, at this moment, we can't get anything from it. So we start to head back a little bit and find a little place that we can fish again. It was the same fish we had fished before. So we put the bait on our line. We cast it out and began to fish into disturbed waters. Success. Caught another blue mackerel. The more we keep fishing, the later it gets, until it is 17. It is now dusk. The sun is setting. But the fish are still nibbling. Do we risk it? Do we take what the mayor said to us at heart? It was a mystery of how we actually ended up at Greater Marrows. Maybe we should listen to the man. Maybe we should grab one more fish. Yeah, we could grab one more fish. Maybe closer to Greater Marrows. I think that should be a better solution. So we start to drive back to Greater Marrows. And all of a sudden, we see some bubbles. It looks like some squid have popped up. We can fish them out. But by the time we fish them out, it's going to be nighttime. We decided to take that risk and start fishing. And we caught one. We caught an arrow squid. Look at that beauty. We tried again, try our luck. Catch another arrow squid. Got one more space for another arrow squid. I think we should risk it. Nice full haul and get some good money for it. And success. We have filled up everything. And filled our encyclopedia. Our number 3 on page 2 is an arrow squid. It is a coastal squid, and we caught 3 coincidentally. We've been catching 3 of everything, almost. And this squid rises from the depths at night. crescent-shaped island. We get closer to the dock. And we dock our ships. We're now greeted by the mayor, who has stepped onto the dock. Sorry. We're greeted by the mayor as we step onto the dock at Greater Marrow. The mayor is waiting nearby. I see you returned in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. If you wouldn't have missed that lighthouse light, well, you wouldn't be in this situation, unfortunately. However, I'm more than happy to sell you that replacement vessel, yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we'll consider it a loan. But I want to make this easy for you. Until your debt is repaid, a tiny portion of your fish sales go towards paying it off, and a small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So it's a win-win situation. You get a boat, we get money for the town, and we can get more stuff for you. So to recap, you need to sell fish to the local market, paying off your debt, and in turn, keeping the population fed and satisfied. Understand? We then asked the mayor, where do I sell fish? Our local fishmonger will praise and purchase what you catch. He's open all hours of the day. Off you go then. Sell those fish while they're still fresh. That was a very unsettling conversation. Makes me wonder, was me crashing here a coincidence? Was me crashing planned? Are they trying to scam me? To buy this boat, this chippy ricky dicky boat. Mine was better, mine was bigger, I could catch more fish, I could supply them more and meet their demand. But no, I was given this ship. Makes me wonder. But that's all. That can probably be left for another day. Instead, we gotta do what we can right now. We gotta get fed. We gotta get money. We gotta sell these fish before they rot in our cargo. So we step off board our ship and start heading to the fishmonger. Walking on the deck. You sound the wood creaking and creaking to the fishmonger, and we get and open the door. You enter the squid-like shack on the fringe of the marketplace. familiar smell of fish fills the air. Flies buzz haphazardly around a downcast man behind the counter. The man we see has the top of his head has no hair. He only has hair on the back of his head. His eyes are sunken deep, like there's no life behind those eyes. His eyebrows are bushy, big and bushy, like two caterpillars about to face off against each other. His beard is old and scraggly, and to your surprise, no gray hairs inside. And there you see a fish cut in half. So you know not to mess with him, because while you're looking at that blade that he cut the fish with, it's still clean. And it's shining, so you know he sharpens his blade, and it'll cut through more than just butter. The fishmonger ends up talking to you and says, You're the new fisherman, eh? Surprised they found a new one so fast. And you answered, What happened to the other one? It takes a certain type of person to last out here. It's not alive for everyone, says the fishmonger. Anyway, down to business. I'll pay you for fish. Bigger and fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more too. Some species that catches your ears and you think, that's right, I'm gonna get paid really well. The fishmonger continues to talk. Other towns on other islands might pay you different, but while you've still got a debt outstanding here, I suggest you work on paying it off first. That raises a question in you. How did he know about the debt? How does he know about this? Did they really plan this? Was the whole town in on you crashing that night? 'Cause you don't remember anything. You don't know where your ship is. all of a sudden he's saying things that are setting off red flags. But again, you can't really think about it. You just have to play along and get your money, sell those fish, get your money, play along, and live to see another day. The fishmonger continues and asks, So, let's see what you got. You decide to sell your codfish. The size is 82.60 centimeters, still fresh, and it'll sell for $17.69. Not bad for just one fish, so you sell it off. Unfortunately, it was adjusted by a little over $2, so that the cost of that fish ended up being $15. So we saw another one. And this one is bigger at 99.80 centimeters, still fresh. And it's selling for $19.90. We sell it. Unfortunately, it's over $16.92 because the debt adjusted was $2.99. So then we saw another one at another cod at 71.50 centimeters. We saw it at $16.27. Now we're on to our blue mackerel, which the size is a 19.70 centimeters, only selling for $9.92. Not a big chunk of change, but a change nonetheless. We sell another at 19.50 centimeters for $9.86. We sell another at another blue mackerel for 14.50 centimeters at $8.63. We sell another blue mackerel at 14.80 centimeters at $8.69. We sell a blue mackerel at 10 centimeters for $7.50. Whoa, we have a blue mackerel and the size is 19.90 centimeters and we are selling that for $9.97. Another at 17.30 for $6.53. And our last blue mackerel at 19.90 centimeters at $6.99. Unfortunately, the condition is stale because we've been out for too long. Now, on to our arrow squids. The size is 23.70 centimeters, and we're selling it for $13.54. The next one is 26.90 centimeters, and we're selling it for $14.66. The next is a prized arrow squid. We got the record for 33.50 centimeters, a pretty big catch, still fresh, and selling for $16.96. After all of what we sold, we made $142.05. Not bad for a day's work, if I do say so myself. After we finished talking with a fishmonger and selling our the fish that we had just caught, we opened the door to go outside, and guess who was waiting now for us outside? None other than the mayor himself. Just standing outside the fishmonger store, waiting for you to come out. Excellent work. I have no doubt we'll be able to provide for this town. Look here, I found this down by the docks. I'm sure someone like you can make something of it. Why don't you take it? He hands us a research part. A curious looking component could be used to develop new equipment, but would need some investigation at a dock first. We decide to take it. Then the mayor says, "Oh, one last thing. Our local shipwright mentioned she might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit. You know, if you wanna survive and make some more money." walks away. Now we look at the money. Our ship loan payments have been $24.95 of remaining from the 50. Almost close to half. We decide to take up the mayor's suggestion and go to the shipwright. As you walk into the yard, you see the shipwright making repairs to a damaged hull. She looks up at you briefly before turning back to her work. Her eyes look mad, like you just messed up something she was working on. A painting, a work of art. And she has those piercing eyes and scaring you to the brim. Her short curly hair, a white tank top, and mechanic overalls. Obviously, she's a shipwright, because she's the only one there. The shipwright talks to you and says, "He must be the new fisherman. I can make improvements to your vessel in the yard. Mind you, I'm not the business of doing favors around here. Payment is upfront, and everything takes time to install. Also, if you take on any damage from the rocks, or any damage at all, I can patch it up. Mostly. But don't get your hopes up. Okay? I'm not a miracle worker, and I don't have a magic wand to magically fix everything. All I got is this here wrench, or whatever's laying around." She shrugs and gestures towards the hole she's currently attempting to repair. A number of wooden boards, all well above the waterline, are splintered and scratched. Take a look around. Take a real good look around. And just remember, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install. So plan ahead. Let me reiterate, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install. Again, I'm not a miracle worker. I don't have a magic wand. So plan ahead. Cause you don't have a screw loose. Otherwise, I'll use this wrench and fix it. You decide to look at your cargo. Investigation at the dock. Okay. You decide to look at what she has. You see she has a simple skimmer, which you have a basic fishing pole that kind of does the same thing. It's used for coastal, and the simple skinner is oh no, it's not. My mistake. It is used for shallow water, not for coastal water, and you have enough to actually buy it. You also have enough to buy a rusty onboard engine to make your vehicle go a little bit faster, and a headlight so that way you can see in the middle, in the dark. But for now, we need to make some money. We need to make it fast, so we're just gonna buy the simple skinner. Unload this one. install this one. Gonna buy this one. Rotate it. Put it right next to our other one. Ta-da! Now we just bought a simple skinner. Now we can fish at the coast and shallow water. And we have no damage to our ship, thankfully. That would have been the end of us. So we decided to leave from that shipwreck. And we go back to our ship. And we start our research. The research part that we got from the mayor could help us in a few ways. It could help us with the hydraulic rod. Mechanically assists reels, allows the catching of significantly larger species. That means we can catch some bigger fish. I can catch some bigger fish. I gotta think about this carefully because if I pick the wrong team, it could backfire. Or I can improve my engine. A better engine means a faster boat. A faster boat means more daylight and more fishing. An efficient propeller design makes this a reasonable engine for those on a budget. And the speed will go 15 miles faster. I think I'm gonna go with improving our propeller. Dang it. Oh, unfortunately, we're not improving our propeller. We're giving the research to the shipwright, who's able to learn and make an improved onboard engine. We have to buy it. Unfortunately, I guess that's the way it works in this. Another thing that this damn town is taking away from me. Well, we gotta learn more about this place. We gotta learn more about what's happening. How much money do we have left? Let's check my storage. We have $67.05. So let's head to the mayor. I think we can get some questions answered from the mayor. We step off our ship onto the docks, and we start walking to a big, tall white house with a clock in the center of it. Underneath is a bell, almost like a church looking building. Double doors too. We walk in, and we see the mayor. The mayor asks us, "What can I do for you?" And so then we ask him, "What happened to the last fisherman?" The last fisherman? Oh, he was very unreliable. He'd go out at night, even though I told him that don't go out at night, the same thing I told you. And he'd end up coming back with no fish and proceed to sleep all day. Very unprofessional. He even in broad daylight. Who does that? I mean, you got the biggest lighthouse ever, which is the sun. I mean, that's everybody's lighthouse. Well, the shipwright almost ran out of wood for repairs. Somehow he had money. I don't know. Nah, but no. He was no good. One evening, he left and never came back. So I said, so long, and so did everybody else, 'cause he shan't be missed by us. Now, what else can I do you fella for? So then we ask, I want to ask about the wider region. Certainly. Is there somewhere in particular you wish to know more about? So we ask about the Gale Cliffs. Well, the main port over there is a place called Ingefell. That's right on the approach to the cliffs. You can't miss it. It's a whaling town, but I haven't heard much talk of it these days. I think quite a few people have left, one way or another. Is there another area you'd like to discuss? Yeah, can we talk about, maybe Stellar Basin? Quite a popular tourist destination, if I do say so myself. There's a resort on the atoll built on top of a beautiful coral reef. It's amazing, nice and relaxing. Makes you want to go to sleep, even in the water. I'm sure there's a wide variety of fish there. Maybe you fancy getting your hooks into some of those. Hint, 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 hint. Well, anyways, anything else you want to talk about? Yeah, what about Twisted Strand? I don't think there's much to tell. It's just a tangled mass of trees, to be honest. I probably wouldn't recommend you go in there. I know you could get stuck, or worse. It's often blanketed in a thick fog, even during the day. If you do want to go in there for exploring, you'd want some good lights and a very good sense of direction if you're to go exploring there. Anything else? Yeah, can you tell me about Devil's Spine? Yes, it's quite exciting, really. An active volcano amongst a city of ancient ruins. Sounds like a tourist attraction, but unfortunately, I must caution you, just like I did about sailing at night. I caution you against sailing there. However, the ruins lie low in the water and would surely tear through your hull. Not to mention, the aforementioned volcano could erupt at any moment. You can occasionally hear it rumbling from here. tourist attraction is actually the most dangerous thing. So, I wouldn't do it if I was you. Now, is there any other area you'd like to discuss? No, that's all for now. Thank you, Mayor. Well, thank you. Have a nice night. We start to walk away, but then we forget. Why don't we just pay off the debt right now? We only have $24.95 and we have a little over $60. So we turn back to the mayor. Hey, what happened? You okay? Something you forgot to ask about? Yeah, Mayor. I'd like to pay off some of my debt. Of course. How much would you like to repay? Well, I don't like debt, and debt's a big issue for me. I don't like owing anybody, and I work for what I got. So, for just in case and all purposes, I like to pay all of it if I can. Well, aren't you fantastic? Well, your debt is paid, and the boat is yours. Congratulations. You're really something else. Alright, Mayor. I should get back to fishing. Well, good night again, and stay safe out there, says the mayor. We then walk from the house onto the dock to our boat. Following the mayor's advice, we decide to call it a night. It's raining, it's dark, and it's best not to make sure there's no issues with our health. We've been through a lot today. We've gone through a lot today. We have so many questions that aren't answered. So many questions that we want to investigate. But we can't do that without a nice, rested mind and a rested body. So, we put our tired body on our bed while the waves are going back and forth. The rain is hitting our windows, trickling onto the windows. And we lay down onto that bed. And our eyes start drifting. Our body is so fatigued it feels heavy. We start to drift onto our pillow, and then we sleep onto the very next day. The day we sleep is Tuesday, day 2 at 23 hours. We have a nice rest facilities. The old dry dock is operational again. That's good news for you and for the town. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger's services. He might have something to talk to you about soon, so keep that in mind. And keep up the good work. We're really glad you've chosen to be here with us. It's almost like your family. We then step off our boat and on to the dock, and we decide to step and walk to the dry dock by the shipwright. And the shipwright is there, standing. And she says to us, "This is the dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects, lumber, metal scraps, that sort of thing." We then ask her, How do I get materials if you guys don't have anywhere to buy them?" "There's plenty of decent materials around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get them." That makes us question, why are there so many shipwrecks? Is this an ongoing thing of boats just crashing and being left there? And what of the crew? So many questions. The shipwright continues to talk. "Materials assigned towards upgrades here will be stored, so don't worry if you only have half of what you need. We'll save them and make sure when you get the rest and finish the job." Unfortunately, we don't have anything because we don't have a dredge to pick up any of these items. So, upgrading our ship is out of the question with we can't get it. We can't get any more, fishing poles. So the one thing we gotta do is undock. So we undock. We're out to sea again, out from the crescent-shaped town of Greater Morrow, and we see a little fishing spot that we can catch, but we said not to because we want to test out one of our shallow poles, and we think right by the rocks near the edge of the crescent-shaped rocks is a good place to catch. So we decided to go over there, and we finally stop. And we hook our bait. We cast the line, and we fish. And lo and behold, we pull a great eel. Oh, gives me the heebie-jeebies. Slimy, looking like a snake. But it's fresh. Its size is 57.20 centimeters, and it's definitely gonna reel in some more cash for us. So we continue fishing at this spot. Hopefully we can get some more. And luckily we do. We get another eel, but it's depleted. We can't get any more. see something shiny in the water, right by the rock, right by the rocks, in shallower water. We decide to try to get in closer, maybe take a look at that shiny object. The rocks are very close together, so we have to be careful on how we enter. And we just barely make it through two of the rocks. Another rock is to our right side. We continue slowly and slowly and slowly until finally we reach this shiny object. It turns out to be nothing at all. But up from above, we see the lighthouse. Unfortunately, we ended up finding a can. There was nothing there but a can. Treasure, it was not. But we look at the lighthouse though, and see that this lighthouse is what ships need because it is a saving grace for them to reach the shore, to reach the docks safely. It is their beacon of light. It is the way back home. All creatures, human or otherwise, would have their brittle bodies broken and thrown at its feet. You ponder the intrinsic power of this structure, a vast column of stone shouldering the responsibility of countless lives. How long will it stand? How long until it decays into ruin, its purpose exhausted? The lighthouse towers above, still going strong. It's still guiding those ships that crosses its path. We decide to venture forward, and we see a little tiny island. What is this tiny island? It's across from Greater Marrows. We decided to go farther in. But before that, we find a little spot where we can fish a little. We still gotta earn something. So we start fishing. And to your surprise, you catch a nice big cod. Biggest you've got so far. We decide to look at our encyclopedia really quick and look at the new fish we've gotten. Number 4 in our book on page 2. It is the gray eel. We have caught 2. And its description, it says it lives in shallow water. A slimy creature tainted with the silt and muck of the seabed. They really are snakes of the sea. We continue fishing though, because we have a nice place to catch cod. Cod is used for a bunch of things, and it could hook us up a bigger fish We end up catching a Gulf flounder. It's pretty big. We start to fish again. Might as well catch another big one. We catch another one. Gulf flounder again. Nice size. And we see the little town across Great Marrows. It decided to dock. And there is a dock worker. We step off our ship and decide to talk to him. He answers, how's the day treating you? How's the day treating you? Says the dock worker. What's it like to work on the docks? We ask. As changeable as the weather. Most days, it's pretty quiet. The pay's not too great, but the work's pretty straightforward. That suits me to a T. Not like the one I have on, but you get my meaning. It's good to get that fresh sea breeze without actually being on the water. No offense, but you wouldn't get me out on those seas every day. I respect the sea, and if I respect the sea, she respects me. Well, what else can I do you for? Then we reply, nothing much, thank you. I better get going, the dock worker says. Alright then, see you later, and be safe out there. We decide to open our encyclopedia again for the fish we just caught. Our Gulf flounder, number 5 on page 3, lives in shallow water, a pathetic cowardly bottom dwelling fish. Wow, pretty funny looking fish if I do say so myself. We see that there's a trader around here. A trader that buys trinkets, odds and ends. We decide to go in and have a look and see what catches our eye. There, an older gentleman with a bald head, white eyebrows from all the years of knowledge, white mustache and goatee to match the wisdom, in glasses round as if in the old age, and also silver to match the hair, all while smoking a cigar. No, this is not a cigar. What is this called? It's an old smoking device. One where you put the tobacco in a tube. You light it from the top, and you're able to breathe it in to the pipe that is attached to it. It's old generation of tobacco smoking device. And he's writing in a weird language in a pen with black ink and a textbook beside him. You enter, and when you enter, it is a brightly lit shop. It's packed with antiques, the shelves full of jewelry and other baubles. An old man peers at you over silver spectacles, like we had described. Hello, is that? No, I believe we've met. Forgive me, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I've specialized in antiques and jewelry. So we say that to him. He says, not the kind of trinkets or shiny objects I'm looking for, but thanks for letting me have a gander. But if you ever do find anything like rings, you let me know. We're then off back to our boat, and we undock from the ship. We undock onto our ship, leaving Little Merrow. That's across the way from Greater Merrows. The time is 16:20, and it's just getting darker and darker. The sun is setting, and we have enough fish to call it a day. So off we go, driving our boat with the whistling of the air, the splashing of the sea, and the hard-fought journey of a restless body, ready to go home to sleep. We then dock our ship and unload our cargo onto the fishmonger. The fishmonger sees you and talks to you and says, I've had a special order come through from a customer. If you can fill it, I'll pay you above normal price. If you can fulfill it. You then ask, well, tell me about the order. They asked for 1 cool flounder and 1 gray eel. Just bring them when you have them. You'll need to have a rod that can handle shallow water fish in order to catch those. The shipwright might be able to sort that for you. Have you got any fish for that order, by any chance? You realize you do have those fish. You answer, yeah, I do. Actually, what a coincidence. Well, the fishmonger replies, just leave what you have here. I'll keep the order on ice until it's ready to go. You then grab the gold flounder, place it in the bucket. You grab the gray eel as well, and complete the order. The fishmonger wraps up the fish and hands you some money. Good. They should be pleased with these. I've got another order here. This one's a little more curious. They want a couple of squid and a whole black grouper. Don't see many people fishing squid these days. They only feed at night, and well, you know what nights are like around here. Good luck. You then tell the fishmonger, well, I got some fish and I'm ready to sell. The fishmonger replies, hope the seagulls didn't get to your catch. Those blasted pets always up to no good, taking what ain't theirs, and they're sneaky too. Yeah. You then reply to the fishmonger, no, thankfully, but I did got some a good haul for today. Fishmonger replies, alright, let's see what you got. You then pull out a card and sell it to the fishmonger for $17.41. Luckily, we paid off the debt for our ship and kept all of the profit. We then sell the gold flounder at 31.90 centimeters for $16 straight. We sell another cod at 68.90 centimeters, selling for $15.94. Another cod at 81.30 centimeters at $17.53 is still fresh. We sell a great eel at 57.20 centimeters fresh from shallow waters for $17.36. We had sold another cod. Unfortunately, we sold it too quick, but we still made a profit, a really good profit off of it. We then sold our last cod, and its size is a trophy of 1.11 meters. Condition is still fresh, and we sell that for a whopping $21.34, making our profit, our total profit of what we have in our pocket, at $214.37. We then leave the fishmonger out the doors and head to the shipwright. We look at her engines and decide we want to buy an improved onboard engine. Before we do that though, we have to go out and find those squid. It is 1902 and it's already dark, so we have to make this a quick trip to get these squid. We don't know what happens at night, and I don't think we want to find out. It's creepy, it's foggy, it's unsettling. We catch our squid and head back to town. We're getting closer and closer, and that eerie feeling of somebody watching us is going away. We dock our ship, thankful that we're on land and not out at sea. We head back to the fishmonger, and he asks, Have you got any fish for that order, by any chance?" "Yeah, we do. Just leave whatever you have here. I'll keep the order on ice until it's ready to go. Unfortunately, we only have one arrow squid, so we give him what we have and leave." "Alright, come back when you have everything. Now, to regular business, He then says, "Lousy weather lately almost makes you not want to get out of bed. But you and I, we gotta do it, eh? We're what keeps people from going hungry." Yeah, you reply, "Yeah, I wish I was in bed. It's nice lousy weather. It makes you wanna rest in bed and just sleep till it's all over, till the very next day." You then say goodbye to the fishmonger and on to the shipwright to get that improved onboard engine. You buy it and place it into your ship. More power. More power for you. You decide it's already late enough. I've already done enough work. My back feels like it wants to crack. My shoulders are tired. My arms are heavy. My feet need a good stretch. Oh, and a nice yawn. And we decided it's off to bed to start a new day. We take off whatever clothes we got, whatever jewelry we have on. Put on our sleeping clothes. Get into that bed, that nice warm bed. It's nice and cool, just the right temperature. You feel relaxed, you're laying on that nice comfy bed. You're just resting your head on that pillow. You start to doze off, little by little. Everything's just slipping away. It's just you and your dreams. Just you and your dreams relaxing, relaxing, until you're finally starting to drift to the next morning. The next day, you wake up and decide to get off the deck, get off your ship and onto the deck. And a hunchwoman approaches you from the steps to the lighthouse. She stops some distance away and looks at you with concern and visible apprehension. "Why are you here?" says the lighthouse keeper. And you answer straightforward with her. "Well, I've come to fish." "There's nothing here for you. Like, there's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on." She turns and shuffles back along the path that leads to the light, up the stairs. You then hear that the mayor wants to talk to you from one of the dock workers. So you decide to go up to the office of the mayor, and you open the doors, and he greets you and says, "Just the person I was hoping to see. Well, you be sailing out east towards Little Merrill, right? I hope so. Would you be kind and would you give this package to the dock worker there, please?" He hands you a small package. The contents don't feel like anything at all, just a wrapped mess of shapes. You pick it up and take it to your boat. The package is bound in string and it's dripping slightly. The dock worker will pay you upon delivery. Please be quick about it. I don't want it to spoil. And don't forget to check your compass and map if you get lost. One of our core pursuits is a package delivery. Mayor of Great Morrow asked me to deliver a package to the Dark Worker at Little Merrill, which is to the east. was just across from us. So I think I'll head there first. We decide to go off towards the sunset. Oh, the sunrise. We decide to fish for a little bit. One little blue mackerel is what we catch. We keep heading towards Little Morrow. The time is 800. It's already daylight and bright outside. We finally reached our destination of Little Morrow. And we park and we're greeted by the dock worker. What a delivery. Let's see here. He tears a small hole in the paper and peeks inside. You can't say for sure, but it feels as though he's shielding it from your view. Yeah, nice and fresh. This'll do nicely. I'm to pay you, I suppose. He hands you some money. $25 to be exact. I was given this old book a few weeks back, but it didn't make much sense to me. Sure, you'll surely get more use out of it, I hope. He pulls a crumpled book from his back pocket and hands it to you. A number of pages are folded over. Keep it in your cabin. Perhaps you can read it while you're on the water. Stop by for a chat anytime. I know how lonely it can be out there. And make anybody go insane. You're curious about this book. And on the shelf, you read Sustainable Fishing. We haven't read this book yet. So while time passes by, we'll read this book. So off we fish and undock. We see some fish. We found a little fishing hole. It looks to be in shallow area. What we catch, we'll never know. It looks like we caught a stingray, and it's gigantic. $66.40 to be exact. We might as well catch another one. And we do success. Another stingray caught. Perfect. This will be a nice hole to breathe. We find another fishing spot. It looks like to be blue mackerel, something that only fetches a little bit of cash. We decide to fish somewhere else. We see another spot. It looks like eels. It looks like a place where we can fish for some eels. We decide to fish there. It's a better catch. And success. We catch an eel. A gray eel. Unfortunately, we depleted it. We depleted the amount of eels that we can catch here. So we go off to another location. We go into some shallow water and start to fish. And we catch none other but a Gulf flounder. Not much space in our hole anymore, so we gotta head back to shore. One more fishing spot. decide to fish this little coral place. And success! We catch a black grouper. And we catch a prize black grouper. It's a trophy catch, thankfully. But it's already getting late. We have to head back. Don't want to stay out. And, because we don't have a light for our ship. What's the point of being out for so long if we can't even see where we're going? Lightning's crashing. The water is pouring down. Thankfully, we make it to the dock. We park our boat and we get off, stepping onto the dock and heading to the fishmonger. He asks, "Have you got any fish for that order?" We tell him yes. And again, he says, just leave wherever you have here. I'll keep the order on ice too. It's all ready to go. You then give him the black grouper, but not the prize black grouper. Alright, come back when you have everything. Now to regular business, eh? By the way, I found this book out back. Could be useful to you. The fishmonger reaches under the counter and hands you a damp, battered book. A few shimmering fish scales are stuck to the cover. Well, back to business. You gotta sell the fish, and that's what you're here to do. So you sell your Gulf flounder. Its size is 30.80 centimeters, still fresh from shallow waters, and you sell it for $15.59. Uh-oh. I sold all the fish. I sold it very fast. On accident. Well, that was an uh-oh. We go to our cabin. We instead leave the fishmonger's place, go to the docks, step onto our boat, and in our cabin we decide to read our encyclopedia. And on page 3, number 6 is our black grouper, and we have caught 2. And in the description, it lives in shallow water. It is a short, stocky fish with mottled black coloring, perfect camouflage in the black waters of the night. You decide, I have enough cash. I can actually get a light for my ship, so that way I can go out at night. So you go to the shipwright, and she tells you the skies were lit up with a weird crimson glow the other night. Did you see it? You replied, no. The shipwright says, anyways, what can I do you for? You then tell the shipwright that you need a light bulb. She asks, what kind of light bulb? What do you got? Well, I only have this cracked bulb and these cloudy lands. A cracked bulb, well, it's better than a candle. Just better than a candle. I would recommend it. And the cloudy lands, well, it run you about $80 more, but it makes a decent effort at shining through the gloom. You know, in the darkness. It'd take me about an hour to install each of them. I would recommend the cloudy lands, though. It's all we got, unfortunately. business, says Shipwright. You then reply, thank you, and you're on your way back to your boat. You step off and you undock, risking it all in the middle of the night, and it feels like something's peering and watching you. You turn on your light to light up that night, and off you go into the sea. What you will find, you'll never know. Oh my goodness, there was a shock of lightning out in the sea. It's raining hard. But you made it to your destination, a school full of squids. You decide to fish. Success. You're able to catch a squid to fulfill your obligation to making that to for the shipmonger. You then continue to fish, catching as much as you can. You then deplete all the fish, all the squid. Exposure to fog and other things increase your panic. Be sure to get rest and have a clear fog and have a clear light to light the way. Weird things are happening. You're seeing illusions. You're seeing rocks in the middle of the ocean where nothing was there. You see these weird whips coming out from the water, like some sort of tentacle. You decide you must be really tired. It must be the water getting to you, the ocean. You head back in a panic. Lightning strikes the water. The water is hitting your windows, rough, trickling down. You finally reach your destination, and you dock, thankful that you got on land. You go to the fishmonger. You open the door to his shop, and he asks you, "Hey, how you doing? Have you got any fish for that order? Just leave what you have here. I'll keep the order on ice that's ready to go." You have that arrow squid that he's wanted, that he needed. You give it to him to complete your order. The fishmonger wraps up the fish and hands you some money, $84.77. I didn't think you had it in you. Night vision is a tall order. Well, I've been meaning to talk to you about a new business venture. I've been considering crab pots. I've got one here for you. In fact, it's a bit banged up, but you could get it fixed at that there shipwright. You decide to pick it up and place it onto your deck. You have a nice space for it. And now you're able, if you can get it fixed, you can throw it down to catch crabs in these crab pots. The fishmonger then continues to talk to you. Should be pretty straightforward. Just drop it out at sea, anywhere, most species can't be found around here. And if you catch those, come right back to me, and I'll pay you for your troubles. And keep an eye out for larger fish. They'll feed more mouths, so I can pay you more for them. Just remember that. We decide to sell our arrow squid, one at 22.20 centimeters at $13.03. Another at 26.70 centimeters, still fresh, selling at $14.59. And our last arrow squid, the size of 30.50 centimeters, fresh, picked up from the coastal, selling at $15.94. We then leave the ship, the fishmonger, and head straight to the shipwright. The shipwright greets us, asks, "Hey, looks like some of your equipment could use some fixing. We can repair that here." Unfortunately, she's right. Little did we know, our ship did take a little damage. I guess that's the trouble. That's what we get for going out at night without a sufficient lighting. We decided to repair all for $7.50. We then leave the shipwright and decide to head back to our ship. Tired. We're already tired and done for the day. Our back is hurting. Our body aches as if we've had a cold and been sick for days. And that bed feels so nice and comfortable right now. You just want to fall down in it, not even taking off your clothes or even taking off your shoes. You feel like you'd hit the bed and fall straight to sleep. You're walking across the dock. You walk across the dock onto your boat. And into your cabin. You finish one of your pursuits. And now your next mission is to catch a common crab and a feathered crab to make some more money for the fishmonger's client. It's been a long day. I think it's finally time for us to hit the side. Too many loud noises. Too much going on. Too much rain trickling down. The lightning. The amount of work today. We sit down in our bed, untying our shoes, taking off our socks. We sit on our bed, not lying down yet. Take off our clothes and put on our sleeping clothes, shorts, a shirt, nice comfortable clothes. We hit the lights, nice and dark. No sounds, no other sounds but the night air, the rain, the water splashing against the boat, the wind body is waving until you lay down and it finally goes straight. It's nice and relaxed while the wave is moving you left and right and up and down. You're getting relaxed, relaxed. Your body is losing all its weight. Your body is so comfortable laying down on the bed. The pain that you have in your back, in your arms, in your feet, in your fingers, it's just all going away. And you take one big good stretch. Nice yawn. A sigh of relief that the day is finally over. Your eyes are shut